the bus. And what is up, you guys? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today's vlog is gonna be a discussion vlog. Yeah, I love discussion vlogs. But first, I need to get something to eat first. Let's head to Westgate and have a little food court food. I'm down at Westgate. Food court should be somewhere around here. Ah, Food Court Republic. Whoa. Alright, lunch was awesome. I enjoyed it. I loved it. It is very strange that there's a lot of people today. Maybe lunchtime. Alright guys, so now it's time to head home and then we can start our discussion. Now that I'm well fed. Alright. We've got some things to discuss about. By the way, this is a Halloween glass sent to me. Look at it, it's so cool, it lights up. Yeah, if you want to get one of this lighted up Halloween glass, links in the description below. Worldwide Shop is the sponsor for Livinglikelionel. They got lots of cool Halloween stuff. And if you're interested to buy any of the Halloween stuff, go to their website, check them out. They have helped this channel, so hopefully you help them out as well. Alright, as I was saying, we've got things to discuss about. I'll just leave this over here. Now I've been in a total of 7 Halloween Horror Nights in Singapore. When I started vlogging, I've covered 4 Halloween Horror Nights. This year would be the 4th one. And the last 3 years, including this year, I've started this house ranking thing. And apparently the first time I did it, you guys love it. And then you guys give your rankings. And then it's like a discussion that you guys enjoy doing. The problem is, although some of you might love it, there are some that do not like it. I do not understand why do you have a problem with somebody giving out their opinion or preference or favorite. You know, some people may enjoy this particular house more than others, and some people may enjoy this house in particular more than the others. At the end of the day, it is just someone's preference, and you are allowed to have your preference and opinion. However, I am not explaining myself or defending myself. There is actually no need to have an explanation for this. But what I really wanted to do is kind of share with you guys how I give my house ranking. I felt like this is a really good topic to talk about, so that is why I'm here today talking to you, sharing with you guys what I would actually look for when I go into the house for the first time. And believe me, I do think about it and take a lot of factors into consideration. I try to judge the houses based on the following factors so that I do not have like a biasness to a particular house. I'll give you an example. I've always loved the houses at Jurassic Park. I would say the last 3 years, the houses at Jurassic Park did the best. Now we'll just go back to Halloween Horror Night 6. They had Old Changi Hospital. That was amazing. First stop, Changi Hospital. That's the good one that I'm going to take Rob to. I got Rob to only queue for 5 minutes. First haunted house completed. Rob, how do you like it?
It was fun. It was good. It was fun.
Did you get scared?
I was scared of the people getting scared. They kept running backwards. I have a heart attack though. Just, you know, take me somewhere.
I'll take you to Changi Hospital.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. That's just where we went.
HHN9, they had Hex. Now we go to Hex, right? Okay. Hex. 10 minutes. Yo. That was so humid and hot inside. But guess what? I love that house. That was really good. So far, if I have to pick, I would say Hex. I like Hex a lot. Last year, Pontiana. Going to Jurassic Park now.
Yes.
Our first house, Pontiana. It's 5 minutes. We made it to Pontiana and look at the queue situation. No one!
It's great.
Good start, Ashley. Good start. Pontiana done. It was very hot inside. This house over here, every year, it's very hot. But it was a good house. I really enjoyed that one.
Yes.
So going into this year's Halloween Horror Nights, I was like hopeful. I thought that the houses at Jurassic Park always nailed it. However, this year, as you guys know, it dropped down to number 3. Hey, Chalet Haunting. 20 minutes. Let's go, Cass. Let's go. Alright, the Chalet Haunting done. Oh, I don't think this is going to be the best house this year. Yeah. The houses in New York for the last couple of years did not do very well. We talk about Tunnel People. We talk about Salem Witch House. No, actually, Salem Witch House was pretty okay. But it wasn't the top for that year. We talk about Inside the Mind and Stranger Things. My point is, the houses in New York never got like the top house for me. Personally, for me, this year it's very well deserving. They had a very close fight with Twisted Clowns. I'm telling you guys. Actually, this year, and again, this is my personal preference, I felt that Hellblock 9 and Twisted Clowns were like tied. They were like top. It's like the top two houses going for first place. And it was very hard to say that this is better than the other. And then the Chalet Haunting and the Curse of the Naga were like also on par. They were like the mid-range house competing for the third and fourth place. I say that these four houses are very good comparing to all the past Halloween Horror Nights that I've been in. The Spirit Doll house, however, did not have any kick or punch. Now I understand that the houses at Egypt are always the shortest house most of the time. But that doesn't mean that all the houses at Egypt were terrible. If you remember last year, I gave Haunting of Oiwa second. Scare factor wise, I say Oiwa. Haunting of Oiwa was more scary.
A lot of the halls were like really like strategically placed to like scare the shit out of you, which is great.
Haunting number 2? Yes, number 2. Alright, so enough of talking about the houses now. Let's talk about what I actually look at when I'm judging a house. Now here are just some factors when I'm fresh, when I go into the house for the first time. This is what I look for. Number 1 would be the creativity and the art. I look at factors like how much effort and details goes into designing this house. When I was queuing for Hellblock 9, and the minute that I see the outside of the house, I was like, whoa, that is so much effort. Like you literally see a prison being built up inside Universal Studios. Oh my god, guys, look at this prison. It does look like a prison. Whoa, would you look at that? All the fine work. God on duty. So that alone gave me a huge plus points for Hellblock 9. I mean, that was just stunning and amazing. The second point I want to say is the wow factor. Now again, same thing. If I go into a house and I'm like, whoa, and like, wow, that would definitely be a plus point as well. Because when I went into Hellblock 9, while walking into the house, I see scare actors on the top, standing on top. It felt like it's a 2-level prison. Number 3 would be the fear factor. The fear factor, for me personally, would be the Twisted Clowns. When I go in, because I am traumatized and have this little phobia of clowns, because it is creepy. Now for some of you who do not think that clowns are scary, this may not affect you at all. So that's why fear factor wasn't the top priority for me, but it is also necessary to have some sort of fear factor in a house. It's called a haunted house, guys. It's not a creative house. The fourth point I want to talk about would be the element of surprise. This has a lot to do with the scare actors. Last year when I was walking into Pontiana and there was this like garden or field, as you walk, a female ghost will come to your left and then the next minute another one will come to your right, and then constantly this scare coming from left and right. That small little stretch alone in Pontiana last year, it just gets my heart rate pumping throughout that small little section. That is something really good, that when you go to a house, you want to be scared. You want to be able to be shocked. And then I feel like this year, Hellblock 9 and the Twisted Clown did very good for me. Again, I always say it's for me because this is my preference. For some of you who think that a spirit doll just lying on the bed and not moving is scary enough, that might be your number 1. I think that might be Shag's number 1. And that is pretty much how I would judge a house when I go in for the first time. Now, obviously, when you go in for the first time, you don't know what to expect. The next Halloween Horror Night, when I go in, I already know what to expect. So then it's a very hard judgment. So that's the reason why I would judge when I go in for the first time. And then I would see the house that makes the most impact to me. You know, you want to see which house leaves a mark in your head, you know, and or a scar, and then leave you frightened throughout the night. Guys, to tell you honestly, it is very hard to judge Hellblock 9 and Twisted Clowns. Both of these two were like the top for me. But since you guys want my ranking, I have to give number 1. I have to say a number 1. And before I go, I would just want to add that I am okay with reusing props as long as it's not too obvious. Hellblock 9 reused the same toilet as I recognized when I was in Old Changi Hospital. It was funny. Before I enter Halloween Horror Nights with Cass, I was telling her, Twisted Clowns better be good. Please do not reuse the spiral thing or the carousel from Bodies of Work, because all these are like circus theme kind of props. I was like prepared that okay, they might reuse some of this stuff. And then I was surprised that they didn't. Well, okay. I think that pretty much explains how I do my house ranking. Anyways, guys, that's it for today's vlog. I hope you enjoyed today's vlog. And I will see you in the next one. You guys keep smiling. See ya! Oh, guys, just look at this. Look at my Infinity Gauntlet. Isn't it beautiful? And the lightsaber, of course. We gotta have a little Star Wars behind. And don't forget to check out my little hoodie, my merchandise, and also worldwide shop in the description below.